Yeah, you know?
Okay, we're back again.
Hey, look, me on the rock!
Alright, so we're back again. Alright, so. Zach. So this was like a 5-day New Year / Christmas celebration, which runs up to 365 days a year. Yay!
Wow, there are gods. They're all useless except the ones up in the north. Those are cool ones.
There is actually a bunch of gods.
No, like
Here.
So as far as deities go, I recently actually set up a thing about Torm and Helm. By the way, forget what you know about the gods from like the official stuff, because I mess with it a bit.
Keep it, dude.
Because one of the things is like Groomsh may or may not actually exist, except that orcs like have this deep spiritual connection, or they're just psycho. I'm taking that as a no, they have a serious connection because Maglubia has the whole deal there. So yeah.
Also, Groomsh exists.
It's slightly debatable.
Because didn't he try to keep me from being
Helen
alive?
Oh, in this game, yes, he exists.
Oh, okay, got it.
I was about to say.
Torm and Helm in the official ones are like rivals, but they're kind of around the same stuff. Their holy symbols is a gauntlet, and the other guys is a gauntlet. One's a right gauntlet, one's a left gauntlet.
Wow.
Totally rivals. They're both good. They're both about protecting other people, and you know, fighters and paladins and stuff worship them. Rivals, by the way. No, so they're brothers in my universe, because they do a lot of the same stuff.
I did get a win.
Put a lid on it.
Anyway, as far as homebrew gods though, there is Nomus. Some of his nicknames include the Chained God. He is
The dude
in
trouble
jail.
by his mother.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's currently in timeout.
He's on timeout.
Yeah,
He's
about a
currently
third
in
of the party owes their life to him, and that's why he's in timeout.
My deity.
so he's about like hunting monsters, killing undead. He generally like stay out of politics, but sometimes people do things that make them monstrous, and they should go. But he's very like he rare will he be like that guy go. More often it's like monster, kill it.
Why?
There is
That's who resurrected
Lore,
Queen Ardena.
who is god of history.
Who is a maniac?
Kind of. Basically, I tried to make a deity that's a true neutral. And that's hard! because like,
He is the
help
butt of all
me!
the jokes.
But why? Smite them! I could. Let me know the secrets of darkness. Also, no.
Basically, if you cause mass genocide, this god will be okay with it, because at least that's memorable.
It's a good story. All he
At
cares
least
about
it'll
is
make
a good story.
He just cares about a good story.
He watches people die and he laughs.
Good story.
But if you're like a hero
I don't know.
who
That
stops
sounds kind
them,
of evil to me.
You know?
big on that too. It will probably also like guide you to other heroes in the past who did similar things. So in other words, if you call them for guidance, you're probably gonna be handed a history textbook that's been highlighted for you, as opposed to like, I have a new sword. I mean, that history textbook might tell you where to find a sword. Yeah. Anyway.
Whereas Nomus actually gave us a human being. Like,
There's
yeah.
Ocean
Nomus
Dad.
was like, here's a dragon. Go use it.
Ocean Dad, Tide.
Kind of.
He was the old god of the sea,
Best character ever.
and then he stopped being worshipped for various reasons.
It's on hold.
His power base shrunk, and he was almost to a level where he could get killed by a normal dude.
Oh my god, Daniel's here.
We should have killed
Daniel!
Take out the mantle of
Said
Ocean Dad
that,
ourselves.
I know. The females here are gonna lose.
Here.
Awesome. Fourth man.
We outnumber you.
Kimbria, genocide? Genocide?
So
Or would it be gender side?
we're
Too soon.
Hey.
We're currently bringing them all up to date on.
All the
on-
gods.
By them I mean Zach, because I talked to you already. So the you are from the island of Sagarvan, which was ruled mainly by 3 hags. These hags or ladies are well revered and respected by the community.
They're also going down.
They are good.
And there's sort of a you don't mess with
Making
us
an armor.
and we don't mess with you gang style protection policy going on.
Okay.
So you might be a little superstitious about messing with them, and most of the overtly magical stuff you know of comes from them. In your village, there was a nest of basilisks nearby. Basilisks can turn people to stone with the gaze.
Yeah.
So some of the locals,
It's like Harry Potter.
7 consecutive con saves. No, die, failed.
You got it all?
Oh
Did you
my
get
god.
it?
I survived 1 round.
Oh,
I have to save you.
Yeah. With your fake
so
magic that wasn't
some of the
real.
locals were like, hey, we're gonna hunt and we're gonna destroy the basilisk nest.
In more ways
They
than
did.
one.
Yeah.
And the basilisk had to move somewhere else. So they rampaged through the village and turned more people into stone. So other people within the village took issue with that and started throwing blame around, and then some people started throwing rocks around and someone was murdered. And if someone is murdered in a place where the material plane touches with the Feywild, those drops of blood can turn into mushrooms. And then in 3 days' time, those mushrooms turn into little people. Think gnomes, but instead of hats, it's like a mushroom. And they have hilarious metal jackboots that they can kick people with. It's really funny. I was a little sad I didn't get to use them, but it's funny.
They do 3d10 bludgeoning damage.
They also have a sickle. And so this red guy with a sickle really wanted to find a hammer, and he started playing the Arsenal National Anthem. Anyway, so they require roughly every week to drench their cap in blood in order to stay alive. That's how they live. So
Preferably human blood.
so when they were released out through the village, many of them go on killing rampages, but then their food supply ran out. And a craftier red cap. Did he ever give him a name?
No.
Just the red cap.
Just the red cap.
Decided that he could, maybe farm the people for a bit. So he captured people, tied them up, threw them in a basement, and then would hang them up on meat hooks and then drain them to keep a longer supply. And you were the last survivor stuck in this basement for who knows how long, waiting for your turn, when a giant and a short human
Goliath.
came in and negotiated with this guy, negotiating using her blood to pass you over to them. And that's how you met them, and you...
Needless to say, watching your family bleed to death in front of you is a little bit traumatic.
I was gonna say, I would kind of like revenge. And
Yeah. The only thing you've
We'll
said
get
for
there
the
when
past,
we get there.
week is I'm just trying to find home. Or a home, or a new
Someplace safe, yeah.
Yeah.
And also,
we are alive.
Yeah.
So that's basically what's happened.
being in a computer now.
Yeah, so you guys left... Oh, also,
There's a
so
lot.
you left the Fiends Triangle, which is like the Bermuda Triangle. That's where these islands are. And you went
What's
back
the
to the mainland of Amataga.
This is called the Fiends Triangle. This continent is called Amataga.
Oh my god.
Amataga.
Notable characters that you would know. Real quick, just